All right, this is the Charles Tyler Show back here at the Black Man's Option. Oh man, we got a special guest on right now. My main man all down there and also business partner, okay, Mr. Dwayne Banks. How you doing there, Dwayne?
I'm blessed, man. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm happy. Every time I think about this place, it gives me goosebumps, man. Those of you all that have been down here, you know what I'm feeling, and I'm just getting started.
Well, man, like I said, I wanted to definitely get you on there, right? Because because I've been trying to, like I said, I know you've been busy too, getting yourself, implemented to Brazilian life and
Right.
all that and everything like that. And I was trying to get you on, a while back, but I know you were trying to get yourself together. You've been down there how many days now?
Tomorrow, it'll be 14 days exactly.
14 days. Now, for a first timer, how do you feel being 14 days in?
Even though I have been here this amount of time, I think I finally feel like I'm 100% here. Because, it took me a while because I was kind of like, I'm not going to say in a state of shock, but I was just in such amazement that I'm actually living in one of the, most popular tourist destinations in the world, and I've never been to a place like this. And Charles, I've been all over the world, but I've never been to this part of the world. And
So,
it's just,
I'm gonna cut you off, but so what's the difference between you? Yeah, you've been to a lot of parts of the world. What's the difference between those places and this?
oh man, first and foremost, I would have to say is the lay of the land for one. I've never been around. I've never actually really lived in between two mountains, and just being able to
Oh
see the
yeah.
view, man. Just getting up in the morning, man, and people have seen the pictures that I posted of the view that I had here in Rosenia. Just to get up in the morning and see that. That's just one
Yeah,
hell of a way to start
I
off the
know
day.
how you feel.
And then I would have to say a very close second is the warmth of the people. As I mentioned in a couple of my posts, these are some of the most
Mm-hmm.
accommodating, welcoming people, non-judgmental people. Okay, very important. And the only other place where I experienced this was Middle East, kind of, but more so Africa. Just people being so accommodating and treating strangers like their family. Bruh, it's just, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Well, the thing is, right now, so it's just like I told people before. It's not cold like it is here in the U.S. And I don't mean weather. I mean the people. Like I said, they embrace you.
Yeah, yeah.
They embrace. They only know who you are, but they embrace you. Here in America, you'll be lucky to get a hello from somebody.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
I'll put it to you like this, Charles. I'll put it to you, I can say exactly what this was like. Like when I was in the military, my very first duty station, now I'm from the East Coast, I'm from D.C., right? We know,
right down the road.
Living in Philly, like you were just saying, you know how uptight and arrogant people can be, right? Well, my first duty station was in Montgomery, Alabama. Totally different place from Washington, D.C. And the very first thing I noticed, once I'll say within my first week of being there, was I experienced that what they call Southern hospitality. Okay, and it's real. People walking down, and it was strange because first time I was walking downtown Montgomery, I was just keeping to myself, just walking around. People walking by me, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm like, you talking to me? Because I wasn't used to that.
Yeah, we're used to a different.
Gestures like that.
Let me give you. Let me tell you one time, right? When it's like my third visit to Rio, right? I was walking down Lapa, right? And it was this jiu-jitsu dojo that I was walking by, right? And I don't know, but for some strange reason, I had put my hand up. I don't know, maybe because I was looking for something. I put my hand up, standing up, and some kid just runs up and smacks my hand, like give you a high five. I'm like, and I'm like, I'm like, oh my, and I'm like, you know what? These people, like I said, even if you give them a gesture of hello or something like that, they're gonna respond to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a beautiful thing, man. And that is, to me, that consideration that people give you, that gesture of warmth, that hello, how you doing?
Exactly.
That's the best first impression I can get from anybody, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get that, it kind of helps you to settle and blend in, and start enjoying whatever experience you are there to enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, it's like it gives you warmth. It's something that we're missing up here, and that's why, like I said, I go to a country where I don't speak the language hardly. I wasn't born there. All right, I don't even know any people, really. All right, but in such a short time, I picked up a lot of friends. All right, despite all that, I picked up a lot of friends, and it's been pretty warm and open. I come back to the U.S., a country that I know the language, that I was born in, but you're treated like Johnny Nobody. The heck with you.
Right. And see, speaking on that, Charles, that's another thing. That's a good point you just brought up. I'm noticing they don't have that whole keeping up with the Joneses mentality here.
Exactly.
And that is such a beautiful thing, man. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm a simple guy. I don't need a lot to make me happy. If you just express basic, common, courteous human traits to me, I'm good. I'll get along with you. And like you're saying, that's exactly what's happening with me now. Because here I am. Yes, I do know people here, and they obviously have welcomed me with open arms. But just like you're saying, the strangers that I've met, they're doing the same thing. I mean, we chop it up like we've been, together, friends for years.
Exactly.
And that's just something that's totally foreign to us to live in, the United States.
The thing about it with me is, like I said, it's like when I leave Brazil, I'm breaking my heart. I broke my heart 14 times. Hopefully, starting in 2016, I'll be down there just like you. You made the full transition on your first trip. All right. I'll be down there because I said I set up a 5-year plan when I first started going to Brazil. That by the end of those 5 years, I'll be living in Brazil because it has that type of hold on you. And you only been there 14 days and you already feeling that hold.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is now, I just wanted to get something out there to you with you as also, right? Now, the favelas. Right, let's talk about that there, okay? Now, contrary to popular belief, especially in the Facebook group, a lot of people think that I'm anti-favela. All right, when I'm always been safe favela.
Right.
Okay. You can go to the favelas. I even implore you to go. I've been to a couple of them myself. Rio de Janeiro alone has 650 favelas, and it's the second largest city in South America. All right. So the majority of the population do live in favelas. Okay. The thing that I've always put out there is safe, and safe. I don't want no one who of course, me blowing up Brazil like I do, going into a situation to where they can't get themselves out of. Now, you're in a favela right now. Okay.
I'm in the biggest favela in Brazil. In Rio, Opinha.
Okay, now Opinha, where exactly is that? In central Rio de Janeiro?
This is no. I'm right on the coast.
Oh, so you're in the south then?
Yeah, this is considered south, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm actually I'm looking right at Sao Fajardo Beach. If you know where that is. I guess this would be considered south. And like my guy Zezinho told me, the dude, like I mentioned in that video, that opened my eyes about the favelas, man. He said this is Opinha is the biggest favela in Rio. It's like they're creeping up on 300,000 people. And if you look at that picture that I posted a couple of like when I first got here of that view of Opinha. Now I'm at the top of the favela, and and it's Mountain Valley. And it's hard to imagine there's almost 300,000 people in that picture that I posted. But you know, it is what it is. And man,
over a quarter million people in that one. How a quarter million people now? Over a quarter million.
Over, yeah.
How? Okay, get this right here. How does it? They get that? I mean, how big is that area?
You know, in square miles, I can't really say.
Maybe an estimate.
I don't remember. But if I had to guess, from top to bottom, now see, I've walked from the bottom to the top. That was a hell of a workout. But it
That's
took me
another
like
thing,
35 minutes. And I didn't take none of the straight alleyway shortcuts. I went up to the main roads are not straight from top to bottom. They snake. You know, they snake.
Left to right.
But, yeah, right, exactly. And going up, you know, up an incline. I would have to say just looking, maybe a quarter of a mile long.
A quarter mile long?
Maybe. I mean,
300,000 people in a quarter mile.
I'm not honest with you.
I know it's a guess, but even for you to come that close.
But it's matter of fact, you know, while while we're out, I can kind of get a better guesstimation. So, but yeah, man, square miles. Yeah, I love it. Okay, it says right here, it lasted 0.80 square miles. So it's just under 1 square mile.
It's under a mile.
Just under, 0.20 under a full square mile from what this is, what I'm seeing here on Google. So,
so that's like you would say that's about 5 city blocks. All right.
Right.
And you know, we don't even you figure it it's 5 city blocks. You got about maybe 500 people. Okay, 500 residents. Okay, here in the city, you know, whether it's Washington or whether it's Philadelphia, they got 300,000. Oh my God!
I'm gonna tell you something. Don't let the pictures that you see of no matter what fella it is. Now, you know, granted, we know. I mean, these folks here, for the most part, they're considered, low income. You know, some even dirt poor. But brother, let me tell you something. I have seen some cribs.
So have I. Yeah.
Dude, matter of fact, the guy that lives next door, if he allows me, I'm going to take a picture and post it. This guy, he's got a split level, whatever you want to call it. And, and it's just laid out. But what really impresses me about his place, the entire second level is just a huge tile deck.
Can I ask you something? Because it sounds like you and I went to the same house. Let me tell you something. Because I've been to a house in the favelas in the South Zone, right? And Mr. John had took me out there, and this guy, he had a house. I'm not sure because the way you was describing it starting to sound the same. It didn't look like much on the outside. But when I went on the inside, I was like, is this the same house? I mean, he had he had tile floor. He had tile floors. He had white, sort of like white tower like posts.
Yeah.
Ancient Rome like tower posts.
Oh no.
Okay, it was close.
I can't speak for the inside. I haven't seen the inside, but I can look right down on his upper deck.
Oh, okay. I've seen the inside of this place. It was like I walked into a castle. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are places like that here. I've seen places like that, but this particular place I'm talking about, like I said, is right next door. And the thing that impresses me the most is his, the second level is all a complete deck. And towards the back of the deck, he's got it covered with, shade or whatever you want to call it. And under that shade, man, he's got a nice barbecue pit, a ceramic full long bar with like 8 bar stools. And when he entertains people, man, I mean, he can get like tables and umbrellas. He can accommodate 15 people just in that seating area and the deck, and then probably get about another 7 or 8, you know, on a barstool towards the back. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then my guy that I mentioned, Zazino, he's looking at a place that's like right across the street from where he lives. It's kind of elevated. This thing is 3 bedrooms. He's actually wanted me to move in with him, but I told him, you know, I know I'm not going to be in the develop permanently. So, you know, that's not going to work. But again, this place, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and the deck, just biggest deck I've ever seen, man. And it's on the top of a building, actually. The rest of the building is it's like a business or something. But that top level where the apartment is, that's the only residential in that structure. And it's a beautiful view. And that deck, you can easily hold 50 people on that deck comfortably. I mean, it's a party. It's made for nice, you know, get together as a party. So again, you know, just like we're both saying, you look at a wide view picture of any favela, you think, okay, you know, little, you know, rundown homes. And there are some, but there's some nice ones tucked in that would just blow your damn mind.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, like I said in the past, but I said, I will at least try to get out there, you know, that the favelas, like I said, in the South Zone, which is one of the very first favelas to get pacified. All right. You know, like, you know, where you are, anywhere along that southern coast, right? And also the City of God, you know, the most infamous favela of them all, were like one of the first ones to get pacified. And they pushed a lot of the bad rhetoric up into the northwest because they're trying to force them out to the west. All right. You know, especially with the Olympics right around the corner. And like I said, you know, I tell brothers, okay, look, you want to go, yeah, if you want to leave the tourist areas, of course, you know, go into, you know, you can go to Chachuca. Yeah, I mean, you can go to Santa Cruz, which is also probably towards the end where you are. And Santa Cruz is coming. Santa Cruz is somewhere back there in the south. All right, you know, but go to pacified South Zone favelas. So you'll be safe. You get the same type of experience, except for you won't be like me in the North Zone favelas like I was the last time I was down there. My apartment was at the bottom of the favelas in the North Zone. Okay, and it was about maybe, I would say about maybe 2 miles north of Chachuca, where I was staying at. And like I said, man, everything was cool. It was beautiful until like the last day it was time for me to leave. You know, and that's when things got wild. Okay. And like I said, this was in the north, not in the south where you are. All right, and you know, it was like, you know, I step outside and all these cops are running all over the place. And I'm like, what's going on here? You know, next thing you know, bop, 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 and I'm like, I'm on the ground. Okay, and I'm trying to climb my big ass up under a car. You know, the people were still good enough to let me run through their house. I almost tackled a woman trying to get into her door. You know, but like I said, that's because of the pacification that they're trying to do throughout the whole city. And they're trying to, you know, like I said, but there are, like I said, in the South Zone, it was a different story. When I went to the South Zone favelas, it was like, I went to one of their, like I said, one of the funk parties, and it was like, wow, for real? This is, you know, it was crazy. I loved it. These people party, and they party hard. Forget about 2 or 3 in the morning like we do. These people were going in all the way until sunrise.
And see, I'm gonna tell you something else that I've come to learn about the people within the favelas. You know, just going around the city and just seeing things that I've seen. If it weren't for the efforts of the majority of the people that live in the favelas, simple things in the city would not get done. I'll give you a prime example, and you know this. The people that clean the streets, the people that clean the beaches, people that, come by and sweep up the beaches with tractors every morning to make sure the beach is looking nice first thing and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your taxi drivers, your bus drivers, these people, they get shit on by the media.
Mm-hmm.
But again, if it wasn't for the things that they do on a daily basis to make this place, look the way it is, get things done, I think the place will fall apart. I really do. I really do, because I think the people that do the most backbreaking work to get shit done, or to get stuff done in this city are in the favelas. That blue collar, workforce, is what I'm saying.
Well,
People that serve you, in the kiosk on Copacabana. I bet you the majority of those, what I've seen so far, they live in the favelas. The people that are serving you your food and your drinks.
well, it just shows the total financial disparity between the rich and the poor. You got to remember, Brazil rather, does not have a middle class.
Right.
And when you don't have a middle class, it's the same what's going on, what's trying to happen. Brazil kind of is the futuristic United States thing, especially if the Republicans have their way. Okay, where the poor, you're gonna have one section, and I know if you ever been in the hill section of, I'm not sure if you've been to the Sugarloaf Mountains yet, right? Yeah. But there is one section right there when you look towards down the Sugarloaf Mountains where you see all like the rich area. You can literally see it from the top of that mountain. Where you can see all the rich areas, right? And it's all surrounded by favelas. All right? And it just shows to prove that the rich control the poor. All right? And that's just so sad. That it's like that, and it's like that in South America. Is in big time. Where the 1%ers control the 99%ers.
Yeah, and see, speaking along those economic lines, one of the things that I decided some months ago was once I got settled in here, which I am now, but once I actually got a command of the language, and I've already been talking to people in the favelas about this, I want to show, as far as an economic standpoint, I want to start teaching the people in the favelas, how to get that economic empowerment out. In other words, I want to show these people what I'm doing. I want to show them what has allowed me to, just walk away from the matrix and live a comfortable life in what I'm doing online. I'm really excited about doing that. And and I think just to get that started, in order to get it started, I got to learn the language. I've talked to there's a grassroots group called Levantamos that is here. They do all kinds of economic, training, how to, save money and things like that, and how to, they do a lot of social uplifting. And I can only go so far with them because I don't know the language, so I'm communicating to your translator. And, but I expressed to them, this is one of the things that I want to do within the favelas. And they were like, bet, bring it on. And
I was thinking about.
Could you imagine, Charles, about this for a second. Could you imagine if just half of the favelas here in Rio could start, doing like we do in the United States and making a full-time living online? They already got their own systems of government within the favelas, which is great. But could you imagine if they could start building their own economic base? Could you imagine what that would be like?
That's what I can. It can be explosive, and the key to it. You know what the key to it is? And tell me how. And you can tell me this too, with your experience in the favela right now. The key to it is the internet. How now? The question is, how accessible is the internet in the favelas?
They got it, man. It's here. It's all over the place, bro. They got it.
Okay, and what level do you think it's high speed, or is it still DSL?
Now, that I can't speak on, but I'm telling you, my internet connection every day, I always got 5 bars.
Okay.
I don't have to, the streaming isn't slow or anything.
Okay.
So, I mean, they got that. But the one thing that I already know is going to be somewhat of an obstacle as far as me bringing people on board and, getting them to do what I do is, what I'm being told now, a lot of the people in the developers don't have bank accounts.
True.
A lot of people just, they're kind of like old school, like our great
Keep their
grandparents.
money under the pillow type.
Right. And see, in order for you to start generating income online,
you gotta have a bank account.
PayPal or anything like that. But it's an issue.
And here's the disparity right here. Here's how they get caught up. Catch-22 situation. Banks down in Brazil, if you got bad credit, they ain't messing with you. Just the same little bit as it is up here. Usually in the U.S. they'll give you a break. Some banks will. All right. But there's a lot of them that have bad credit. And they could have bad credit for stupid things, like from not paying the satellite bill, not paying the wireless internet connection, piece and all that. I've seen it happen, man. I'm like, for real, little stuff like that, they'll get you on. They're real high on, you got to pay them their money back, because they'll make your life miserable if you don't. And that is the problem. I think that's the disconnect that they do, where they can cut people away from the banks and from the financial, upcomings that can happen, especially online. Yeah, we gotta have banks. There's no way. You gotta have a system to where your money can flow to you. And sadly to say, it has to go through the bank, especially when you're dealing online.
Yeah, exactly.
How many now? I was always thinking about computer labs just to get things started until we figure out how to get them connected to the banks. Get them more connected to the internet.
But Rob, believe it or not, they have more connection to the internet than you might think. I was surprised. I was thinking the same thing. But they got it, bro. They do.
So really, at this point, the main problem is they don't have the financial connections to the banks, and where basically that's where everything lies.
And see, that's another thing. I don't know if with a lot of them that's by choice that they don't have bank accounts, or if it's just circumstantial, situations. I don't know.
Or it could be financially. It could be financially ignorant.
It could be. It could be. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. And it's really, like I said, I can only go at this point. I can only go so far in communication, before I can have to pull out the Google Translate, which or translation app, which makes the conversation just drag the hell out. But yeah, I'm getting a feel for it. Like I said, those 11 Thamos people, they're really giving me good information. And like I said, once I get to the point where I can speak the language, I'm going to start setting something up. I'm already looking at a building here with 11 Thamos people. They're going to use it's 3 stories, and they want to use it for different activities for children. And but within there, I think it's on the 2nd floor. I told them that would be a great spot to set up like a computer lab / classroom, and that's where I would like to start teaching people what I know about making money online and getting that financial independence. And see, I'm glad we're having this conversation, because I still need to follow up with you on the binary thing.
Yes.
I want to throw that back in my pot. But like I was telling you before I left, I was going to, and I am doing it as we speak. I'm expanding my internet marketing. Remember I told you I was just doing one little part, and there was like 5 or 6 other ones that I needed to branch out on. Well, I've got 3 of them going now, and I've got like 3 more to add to the repertoire.
Yeah, and a lot of brothers really appreciate you bringing Ampton and Lionbridge to the group, and a couple other things, opportunities online. I just want to put that out, give that props out there to you.
Okay. And matter of fact, speaking of Apple, I got 2 people here in Brazil signed up with Apple, because like I told the group when I first made that post, that social media evaluator position, it's not worldwide. It's like 6 or 7 countries, but Brazil is one of those countries. And 2 of the people, actually there was 2 other people that got accepted from the favela. They got accepted with Apple, but they couldn't sign up because they didn't have bank accounts.
Ain't that a bitch?
I know.
A good job, a good paying job blown because they don't have a bank account.
Don't have a bank account. Oh wow. So yeah, man, that's I mean, I got plans too, and you know, and speaking of business, let me just throw this in there, Charles. You know, I've heard you mention and other people in the group that you really got to be careful doing, like, for example, real estate deals here, right? Because, you know, business is shady everywhere, but, you know, being in a different country, of course, we're not going to do things the way we do. You know, and that's fine. You know, to be expected. Now, I made a post to the group last week, and I forgot to follow up. Excuse me, I forgot to follow up with it, where I was meeting with two different people. Because my real estate agent, one of the real estate agents that I'm dealing with here, he showed me a list of properties, residential and commercial, that are up for sale. I narrowed it down to one apartment building and a 5-story office building. So we had everything set. I was supposed to meet with the residential guy first. Okay, that was the first meeting we had set up. Dude didn't even show up. I said, okay. So then, you know, the agent didn't hear anything from him the next day. Well, long story short, he called back 3 days later. Sorry, you know, I couldn't make it, yada, yada, yada. Can we meet? No. Forget that. You know, to me, when business, or really anything, first impression is the last impression. You can't, in a situation like that, you can't at least, you know, send an SMS saying, you know, I can't make it for whatever
Exactly.
reason.
You could at least send a message. Exactly. At least send a message. Then you pop up days later with some, you know, you know, okay.
Yeah. And then, you know, and I'm like, here I am trying to, you know, work something out to help both of us. I am a motivated, all cash paying buyer. And, you know, how motivated are you to really sell your property? You know, if you can't even come and meet with a potential client. You know? And it's just like crazy. And then, a few days later, I met up with the guy that owns the office building. We sit down, shopping and, you know, going over numbers and everything. And just as we finished, you know, I told him, you know, I'll give it some thought. And, you know, I might be coming back at you with an offer, you know, after I go over the numbers. Then he says, then my agent, of course, you know, he's speaking Portuguese. He got a little disturbed at a question that he asked him. Then he translated to me and said, this guy is not the sole owner of the property. There's another partner involved. I'm like, why didn't he bring dude with him? You know, just little stuff like that. You know, I got a little hot under the collar, but I laughed at it because I was like, you know, people said this, you know, stuff like this can happen.
Yeah, they could be setting you up, you know. You know.
Exactly. Right.
You
so
know.
that just lets you know that, you know, I'm just going to, because I came in here ready to just, you know, Charles, we talked before I came over. I told you what I was going to do. You know, I wanted to, you know, make moves quick, fast, in a hurry. But I see, you know, I'm just going to have to really take my time with this.
And,
you know,
and lawyer up. And lawyer up.
Oh, I got that. I mean, I've got the people in place. I got the people in place, bro. You know? And it's just a matter of finding a, you know, a rock solid, you know, owner that doesn't have a whole bunch of issues. Because, you know, I'm ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, for the most part, like I said, I am an all-cash buyer. And there's some things that I'm looking at that, you know, like I was telling you in one of our conversations we had, you know, a couple months ago, I've got very wealthy partners in the Middle East that are dying to do business here. So I'm damn sure not going to be coming with them with some of this pokey dough. You know, but like I said, you know, I'm just chalking it up to the game. I'm not catching any feelings over it. You know, for the most part, I'm laughing at it. You know, it's a learning experience. But, you know, I'm going to make sure I don't get burned. You know, you and other people told me some horror stories of guys that have come down here, you know, trying to do some good business and just get third degree, you know?
I think it's just a case of what you just said there, taking your time.
Right.
All right. And and of course, having the proper, you know, law representation. All right. You know, with a lawyer. And making sure that they go over all the paperwork to make sure that the person is not someone is trying to sell somebody else's property without them even knowing it and then jacking you for your money.
Yeah. That's crazy. That scenario right there is just sick. You know, somebody just, you know, trying to jack somebody else's property. I don't even laugh at it, but that's just that concept just boggles my damn mind.
Yeah. Like I said, I think once you get past all that, also a little bit of the government red tape, a little bit. I think that you definitely want to probably conversate with gentlemen like Mr. John Thompson, because he's got a lot of government connections.
Yeah.
Okay, he could probably help you.
Speaking of connections, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't mean to put his business out there, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind. That CPF, I forget what CPF stands for. It's kind of like their version
of the Social Security.
Yeah. Right. One of the brothers down here now, he got his in like 2 hours.
Yep.
I was like, huh?
Yep.
So I thought it was a lengthy process, but he was just telling me, we were stopping it up the other day, that one of the group members, took him where he needed to go, and in a couple hours it was done. Oh my wow.
Yep.
So pieces of the puzzle are coming together for me, and another thing I'm finding too, like most people already know, there are a lot of Americans that are already here, that have been here, that are very well established. Very well established. And I'm definitely, like I said, now that I've met with the majority of my contacts and you want to drag it, I can start kind of branching out some more with the Americans that are here. And, just adding to my network. So this is a beautiful life though, dog. I have no complaints, man. No complaints.
Like I said, I kind of knew that was going to happen. I kind of knew that you were going to land pretty well. All right, and like I said, it's at this point for you, it's just sky's the limit.
Oh yeah. I just gotta get the language.
Yeah, and I think like I said, I think that's something that we all need to work on. I'm very embarrassed at myself because I've gone this many times and I haven't taken down the language just yet. I think that's all going to change in the next couple of months. All right, once I'm more like one thing at a time. Let me get that money, tight, to where I won't have to come back to the U.S. Then I have more time to dedicate towards the language.
Exactly.
Especially when you're dealing with the young ladies, because the language is the key. You get a lot of women if you know how to speak their language. Keep in mind, this is not the U.S. This is their country, so we gotta speak their language.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
it's a good life, man. I really hope that this conversation we're having will further, motivate the brothers that are interested in Brazil or just anywhere, outside the United States, to do what they got to do. Because I said it once and I'll say it again. If I can do it, damn it, so can you. I am nobody special.
Everybody, people have, like I said, you see, the difference is you and I, we're open-minded, and then we have a passion to make it happen. All right, you gotta be open-minded. And once you're open-minded, then you gotta go after it. Okay, and there's no difference between you, me, and the 9,000 other people in that group. Okay, or anybody here on YouTube that's watching this video. That if you set your goals, right, and be open-minded towards going after them, and then have a passion along with it, you can make it happen.
Consistent. That's the key.
Consistent.
You can't be, because I'm gonna tell you, not to cut you off, Charles.
No problem.
One reason why, I ain't trying to sound funny enough, but I'm so successful at what I'm doing, and it's not hard. It's just I have that dedication, like you said, but it's just like learning a new sport. If you want to be good at it, you gotta, you have that practice every day after school. It's the same thing with business. You gotta be the same way with that. And then once, you get a handle on it and you're flowing with it, then you can kind of sit back and chill a little bit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But in the beginning, you gotta be, balls to the wall, so to speak. Until you, kind of get your flow down. And as far as online businesses, that period of time to be like 30 days if you're consistent with it. Then, once you do that hard initial work, then you can sit back and, just kind of chill with it.
Like, the thing about it, right, the key to it all, right, is, see, we got it. Okay, the internet is the key.
Dude, the internet is a godsend. Like I told you, one of the guys like you and me, we can really appreciate the internet because when we were growing up, We didn't have internet.
Exactly.
We were this generation that grew up without it, but ended up with it.
Exactly.
Our generation is a unique generation, bro. And a lot of these cats that were born into the internet, they may not look at it business-wise as seriously as we do. It's just like, I say all the time, why the hell couldn't I have this when I was growing up?
The 30-somethings, right? The 30-somethings, they basically grew up with the internet.
Yeah.
The 20-somethings grew up in the internet. We grew up, I mean, I didn't even touch a computer until 2000. And I was forced to touch it because the job I was doing required me to learn how to do my work from home and everything like that. They bought me a computer and I let it sit there for almost a month until I stopped getting intimidated by it and I put it together, and it came on. I'm like, But like I said, the internet, it changed the game, man. It changed the 9-to-5 game. To where you can make your money online and don't have to be at home. Or don't have to be at a job.
Right.
You can be at home. You can be on the beach. You can be in Rio de Janeiro.
And that's something that I'm dying to show these people here in the favelas, man. Because when I found out that they had their own systems of government within the favelas, I was like, whoa.
They're like little small towns.
Exactly. So if they already got that in place, just imagine if a good percentage of the residents get that economic independent empowerment under them. Oh my God, these favelas they can outshine the rest of the damn city.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to get them.
And not only that, if the brothers can come down there, because it's mainly the majority of the black people live in the favelas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If we as Americans can come down there and like you and like me, trying to show them a path to financial independence or at least pay the bills. Okay. Like I said, they will appreciate that. They will give you they'll give it right back to you tenfold, whether in their form. Okay. I want to also, speaking of giving back, I want to mention this in the video here to everybody who's coming down to the beach party in November. We're also having a toy drive. All right, we're going to be bringing unwrapped toys to the favelas for the holidays. If keep in mind, even though it's going to be 90 degrees, Christmas is right around the corner, and a lot of these families won't be able to pay to get their kids toys and stuff like that. So we want to have a toy drive. You don't have to go and buy an expensive something, this and that. You can go get a nice little pad for $20, or you can go get a nice little toy at for $10. It won't even cost you that much. Anything that can get past customs, in other words. All right.
No, let me interject something here. Speaking of the toys, one thing that I noticed in these favelas, just the simple, basic things in life that these people like. I have never, since I was a child, seen so many children flying kites.
Yeah.
Remember we used to fly kites when we were kids?
Yeah, shucks, it's been a long time. I ain't fly a kite since I was 12.
I'm saying every day, I see kites flying all up over the favela. I mean, children, they just having fun. Just fun. Now, talking about not having to spend a bankroll on expensive stuff, dude, I guarantee if you buy these children a nice kite, oh my God, that will make their year. Because I'm seeing these children, they just, put together little pieces of plastic, and,
little bag or something, yeah.
Square, a homemade kite. But if they actually got a nice big kite, like a medium-sized kite or something, oh my God.
Well, there you go.
I can imagine on their faces. And see, that's another thing I like about these folks, man. They don't, it's not the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing. You give them the basic stuff, they appreciate that.
Exactly. I've always, like I said, that's why I love, that's another, it's like it taught me something, right? All right. Before I started going to Brazil, what did I do? I had 2 Dodge Rams with 22-inch rims on both of them. What, $2,000, $3,000 system and everything, like all the silly stuff. All right, because I had to try to keep up with the Joneses in the Matrix. All right, I had that Matrix mindset. I had to have the latest sneakers. what, $300 LeBron James and Jordans, all that other silly stuff. And now I look back at it, it's silly. And I wasted a lot of money instead of building myself up, you know, mentally, physically, right? And even breaking myself down financially trying to keep up with the Joneses. I could have been to a country like Brazil a long time ago, because the only thing that I've always regret is that I didn't do this in my 20s. I had to do this in my late 30s. I had to start traveling again in my late 30s, and it took me winning the Employee of the Year for Time Warner Cable, a job, okay, for me to start falling in love with traveling again. Okay. You know, when Time Warner sent me to Brazil, sent me to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, you will start to see that you don't need the top of the line. Yeah, look good. Look good always. But you don't have to have those $350 pair of Jordans.
Right.
$50 pair of Nikes will do just as well.
Tell them again, man. I don't think they heard you the first time.
A $50 pair of Nikes in Brazil will do you just well. Or a $30 pair, okay, will do you just well. You don't have to.
That's something that we go through in Texas, man. You all been down that road, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. You all been guilty of that, but I'm just so glad when people, you know, kind of break out of that mold. You know, and be like, you know, this is stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
You know, be your own person, blaze your own track, you know, path or whatever.
That goes to let me ask you this question, okay? How do you feel as far as your stress? And you and I, we up in our 40s here, and stress is very important. How do you feel your stress level feels versus where you are now versus where you were in the U.S.?
My question to you is, since I've been here, what is stress? What is that? that's the best way
I guess that answers the question. I guess that answers the question right there.
When I caught my connecting flight, I mean, literally, I caught my connecting flight in Houston. When that plane took off, I literally felt weight lift off my shoulders, man.
You're leaving the U.S.
I've been like that ever since. It's getting better and better and better, Charles. That's the thing. Not only is there no stress, but that good time feeling, that whole good times roll thing, that momentum, that feeling, it's increasing more and more every day, bro. Because look, give you a prime example. Last night, when I was at that how do you pronounce it? Ballet Funk. The block party. I was feeling like that. Dude, I felt my excitement level and my joy level step up a notch, because not only was the party itself nice, but it reminded me of the old school block parties.
Old school block parties you used to have.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And just that, I kind of like had a nostalgic, reminiscent moment, and it's just like, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. You know, just little stuff like that, man, makes a huge difference, bro. Little things. The little things in life. And, you know, and like I said, for me, there's no stress here. There's no stress. Now, I'm not going to be walking around with rose-colored glasses thinking everything is just going to be, you know, bright sunshine every day. I mean, yeah, there's going to be problems in life. But hell, you know, I said it once and I'll say it again. If those of us that were born and raised in the Matrix were able to go through that and keep our heads on straight, we can live anywhere in this world. I don't care where it is, and be just fine. You can deal with the Matrix stress, you can live anywhere else comfortable.
Right. Because the Matrix US has programmed us that we have to have this, we have to have that. In fact, if you don't have this and you don't have that, you ain't shit. Okay? And at least in places like Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, you know, where the simple things will get you by.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, stuff that we take for granted here. You know, we take for granted that, okay, everybody's got a car, or maybe 2 cars. But down in Brazil, there's some people who don't even, black people in particularly, don't even drive. If they do drive, they drive in a little, in fact, their thing to come up is buying a scooter.
Right. Auto taxi. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. Buying a little scooter or buying a little dirt bike.
And they make do with it.
And they make exactly.
I love these people. I mean, they only have a little to work with, but the little that they have, they make it work, and they're happy.
Yeah.
They're content.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a level of appreciation here that we do not have as a culture in the United States. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
That
so
we've lost.
In fact,
in fact, you know, they don't have the Walmarts all over the place. That's killing the small economy, where we that's killing the small businesses and everything like that. They keep everything within their community.
Yeah.
Okay, all the money. Okay, now, like I said, this is something that we, as African American men, and I've been talking about this for a minute, we can take advantage of it. Right now, the U.S. dollar is 3.5 reais. I'm still betting that it's going to hit 4 reais by the time that beach party comes around.
Oh, sweet.
It'll hit 4 reais. So our spending power will be just that stronger. Okay? All right? This is the time that we need to take advantage of Brazil, to take advantage of real estate, and you know, like I said, expanding. And then the African Americans come down there, and then, because like I said, I know you see right there, you said that you see a lot of Americans down there. How many of them are African American?
Oh, it's quite a few, bro.
It's quite a few. A lot of them are starting to come down there. A lot of them are starting to come down there, but still not enough. We, as African American men, we have a chance to come down there, and we have a chance to start building something. Okay, maybe even where if that's to start in the favelas and it expands throughout the whole country, then yeah, I still say there's still another chance for the next Black Wall Street. Maybe not in the U.S. Okay.
Oh, there's definitely opportunity here. I'm seeing it. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
I really believe there's still. We may be 20 years from now, you and me, when we're in our 60s. All right, we may see it then. Yeah. I still think if brothers make the move, get their passports, get their money together, start thinking about making money as opposed to 9 to 5. Make money online, whether it is through binary options or the type of opportunities that you put out there, you know, Dwayne and everything like that, whether it's Apton or Linebridge or anything else. All right, you know, if brothers start opening up their minds, start thinking beyond the matrix. All right, beyond Matrix USA, we can make it happen. And like I said, you're prime proof. You only been down there 2 weeks, and you already see the potential.
Yes, sir.
And the way it sounds, it's only sky's the limit for you.
It is, bro. It really is. And see, the thing is, you know, I'm already helping myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And I'm glad that it was instilled in me at a young age to, you know, by my parents. You know, if you have the opportunity to help someone else, you know, do it. And I see a hell of an opportunity. I mean, to help people in one of the best ways in this physical life, and that is to live financially free. You know? And I've always, look, I'll give you a prime example. It's been almost a week ago now. One of the people in the 11 Commerce group that I was telling you about, when I was talking to them about, you know, me doing the classes, you know, he was asking me, you know, what exactly it is that I'm doing, and I showed him. So I actually, long story short, I got him set up within just a little under an hour. And when he ran his first internet marketing campaign, he made the thing, because we talked a little bit more after I got him set up, and then when we broke off, going our separate ways, about 2 hours later, I just told him, you know, to check his email. Well, 2 hours later, he went and he had, $66. Just that quick. And it only took me, I mean, if he knew what he was doing, he could have got it set up in like 10 minutes, but since he didn't know, I had to take time to show him, so it took about 45. But in 45 minutes, you know, he got set up 2 hours later, he made his first money online, $66. And that was just at the time.
That's at 56 US?
Huh?
That's 56 US he made?
66. 66 US dollars.
66 US dollars. I bet that made his day.
Dude, it's just, he is just blowing my phone up. I mean, because, you know, what do I do now? You know, with other questions, he's motivated. And see, that's the type of thing that I want to do. And I want people to realize that the money that you make on the internet, number one, it's not hard to do. Number two, fast. You know, and I've been doing internet marketing long enough to know the fastest way you can literally set something up, and within minutes, within an hour, let's just say within an hour, you start seeing money rolling in.
Exactly.
And this guy did it. $66 in his first 2 hours.
And in the way, like I said, with the spending power of the US dollar now, all right, that, like I said, that's a lot of money down in Rio. Okay?
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, a lot of guys got to realize that when you open up your mind, every day is a risk. Every time you wake up in the morning is a risk. All right? And like I said, when you're working online, yeah, there's some things out there that can be shady, but there's some things out there that definitely can change your life.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I'm willing to take that risk to find out. I've done it. All right? I've done it. You know, and because, like I said, there is no way, and I'm going to make this clear. You cannot live in Brazil right now if you're a young guy or you're a guy that's in your 30s or 40s with a 9-to-5. It's not going to work. Your job is not going to let you do that.
Right.
To the brothers that are going to be coming down here for the beach party, y'all going to get a taste. And also to the brothers who came down there last year, to the brothers, especially a lot of the brothers who came down there last year, you know, I get a call from my man Mojo, right? Moran. That was the gentleman who flew down there with me when he flew first class, right? You know, he's been going through Brazilian withdrawal for, I guess, since he left. All right?
Yeah.
And he's been going through it. All right? He's been trying his best to get back there. All right? Once you get it in you, you're going to want to come here. You're going to want to come to Brazil. You're going to want to stay there. Okay? And, you know, like I said, you can't do that with a 9-to-5. You could do it with a 9-to-5 when you're 60 years old and you're retired, yeah. But if you want it now like I do, I don't want it 20 years from now. I want it now. I want it while I'm 42 years old, okay? And the internet's the key.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The internet's the key. You know, whether it's binary options or anything else, or Forex trading, it can be done.
And that's the thing, the sky, man, it's, like I said, you know, Charles, you and I are coming up with no internet.
No internet.
The advent of the internet, to seeing how it is progressed and advanced. This is just like, this is mind blowing, man.
And it's only going to get better.
Yeah, it is. And then, you know, again, I want to be able to share my experience with internet marketing with people, because if people just realize just how fast you can make that money, man, everybody will be doing it. But see, the thing is, you know, I can understand, because I even went through this myself. There's a lot of BS internet marketing programs which, you know, will turn people off from trying anything. But, you know, and I was one of those people. I spent a few $1,000s, you know, over the years on some focused internet marketing.
So have I. I never stopped. But, you know, like I said, I blew money. People thought I was crazy. You're throwing away your money. You're taking too many chances. You know, but I always knew that if I stop, I'm going to be on the 9-to-5 the rest of my life. All right. And when I got to Brazil, it just definitely pushed me even more now. All right. And I knew that if I got to keep taking those chances, I got to see and I lost some money. I lost thousands of dollars until I finally came across something that I found that works. You know, and that's the key. You got to find your niche. All right, it may not happen the first time around.
Right, exactly. And see, the thing is, this thing that I'm working, that I've been telling you about, I've only been doing this since April, and fortunately, with all the trial and error that I've been through, once I realized this was a legit marketing program, I've been doing it like gangbusters from day one. And now, like I was telling you, Charles, when I was back in the States, when I left, I was doing all that consulting work, which really ate up all of my time, and I couldn't really spend time with my internet marketing. But now that I have nothing but free time, and I've expanded to further streams of income with this program, dude. So we talk about that offline, but let's just say.
Well, I tell you what, Dwayne. If you can always post any of your opportunities in the Facebook group. All right, like I said, like you did last time, where it helped a lot of brothers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so good about that too. I'm so glad people are still inboxing me. I mean, even yesterday, I got 2 inbox people thanking me because they got on with Appen. And one brother actually, a few days ago, told me he's unemployed, he's working Appen and Lionbridge. I was like, boom.
There you go. He's not unemployed anymore.
$200 a month right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we said that was what, $2,200 a month?
Yes, $1,100. Each one of those pays $1,100 a month.
Well, if it's $2,200 a month down there, if you were to take that same $2,200 down there to Brazil, that right there is about 7,500 reais right now. All right, that's pretty good damn money. That's more than enough to pay your rent and more than enough for you to have a lot of money in your pocket. Okay,
and put a little bit away.
And put a little bit away in a checking account or a savings account. Okay, and like I said, our spending power is so strong right now in Brazil, and we need to take advantage of it. And online opportunities are the way. All right, and like I said, I implore the brothers to try it, to at least try it. All right, whether it's through binary options or through any of the opportunities that our buddy here, Dwayne's gonna put out in the Facebook group. Try it once. All right, and like I said, you're gonna see a different world open up for you. Okay.
I want to see everybody do that. I mean, as many, especially people in the group. Everybody obviously is focused on Brazil or outside of the matrix. I mean, you're all the people I want to help. Because like I said, y'all, I can do it so soon. And I want people to benefit from my experience, especially the people in the group that might be interested that have no internet marketing background whatsoever. Like I said, I've been doing this internet marketing thing for 8 years. So no matter what the program is, as long as it's legit, I'll jump right in and grab that bull by the horns and toss it out. And that's what I'm doing right now with this. And like I told you, since I got full-time time now, I'm expanding on what I've already done. Like I said, I've only been doing this since April, and I'm creeping up. I'm creeping up to the high 5 figures a month. And it's dude, just wait till I get all the like I said, I got about 3 more three more streams of income within this program that I want to set, and that'll give me like a total of 7 different income streams with this particular program. I'm going to be like some of these guys, and I ain't trying to brag enough. I'm just telling actual facts. Well, there's people out here that's making 6 figures a month. If they can do it, why not me? And I'm on my way to doing that. So, and like I said, because of me being so successful with it and me being the type of person that I am, I want to share it not only with the group, but I am sure to share with people here in these fellas. Get them on. Like I said, I've already started with my guy, Levatamo. I mean, this dude's so excited. I think since that day, well, I spoke with him yesterday. I mean, he's already up to $1,100.
$1,100.
He just follow my instructions. So it's just, I mean, he's definitely motivated. He's already started. He's like, this thing. He called me DB. DB, if this keeps up, I'll be able to put in my my termination notice or whatever in about 3-4 months. I said, yeah, I mean, it can be done.
It's the same thing going on with me. I think that with me and the new hands-free trading system for binary options, a lot of people are coming onto it and they inboxing me like crazy. And then to anyone out there, I'll try my best to get you a call back, no doubt. All right, these are the opportunities that we're doing. We want to put it out there now, especially after this video. I'm definitely going to know that your inbox is definitely going to get even more full. Because YouTube's a whole lot bigger than Facebook. So there's going to be a lot of people out here that's going to definitely going to take a lot of your information. They're going to be really, really wanting to get it off of you, and everything like that. And I hope you have the time,
Oh, well, Charles, let me just put something out there, too. In regards to what I'm doing, when I first made the announcement of what I do online, I talked about the African Alliance for Internet Marketing. Quite a few brothers hit me up, and I actually sent out I put together a Word document of instructions as to what to do. If those brothers, if you're listening to this, I want you all to disregard that. Because even though I told you guys, I gave you a heads up that it was going to be lengthy, I can give you a much better, shorter, clear-cut way of getting it done. So those of you, and you all know who I'm talking about, you know who you are, just get rid of that Word document. It's still good information, but I'm just going to condense it for you even more. Because I actually, and the reason I say that is because I did it with my guy with 11 Timos the other day. I said, yeah, this is the type of instruction I need to give. So I just want to put that out there. Sorry, John, Fred.
No problem, no problem. Like I said, all the information you need is very helpful and everything, Dwayne. And Dwayne, we been busting it up for just about over an hour. I know you gotta get going there. You're about a good hour, 2 hours ahead of us right now.
About an hour ahead of each person.
There you go. What's your plans for the day, brother?
Actually, I gotta meet up with a buddy of mine that lives in Los Angeles. He wants to sit down and talk some business. Some stuff, and he's gonna come over here and scoop me up, probably on his way. So I've gotta, get myself together here and get ready for him. But yeah, we're just gonna sit down, chop it up, and because talk business, because that's one of the reasons I'm here. I'm gonna get this, and this is one of the people he's been trying to get with me since I got here. I still got like 6 more people I need to meet with, and I'm just getting different perspectives on different things, on banking, accounting procedures, personal finance, law, just the whole aspect of business here in Brazil. And this guy, he's like I'm not gonna say he's a Donald Trump, but he's scooping up properties left and right. He's a Canadian guy. He's been living here 13 years, and he's been scooping up properties not only here in Brazil, but all over the place. He's doing farmland, grabbing farms and buying, making lots that are, zoned for commercial development. So, this guy, I definitely want to pick his brain, and I'm glad that, he's anxious to meet with me. So, like I said, I'm going to be linking up with him. Like I said, he's probably on his way to Santa Teresa now. He's going to come over here to see me and scoop me up. I don't know if we're going to grab a bite to eat here in the bottom of the umbrella. Oh, that's another thing. Charles, food.
I know, the food.
But people, I'm going to tell you all, there's nothing wrong with eating in a tourist spot, but I'm going to tell you, you will get some of the best food, some of the best prices.
The best prices.
Off the strip. Some of the best food I've had has been in the cooked house. Yeah, I mean, and it's like, and I've seen, even though some of my contacts I meet with, we go to nice restaurants, got nothing against it, but I'm noticing, some of those same dishes that I get in the favela, it's like half the price.
Well, it's already cheap. It's already cheap down there in Copacabana and Ipanema. So imagine what it's like in the favelas. And keep it, so.
Oh my gosh! I mean, paying like $8 for a 4-course, and see, I like.
Now keep in mind that's 8 reais.
Huh?
You say $8, $8 or 8 reais?
I'm talking about $8, $8 American dollars. But what I get, dude, I have never. I won't say never, but for the most part, when I sit down and eat a meal, I kill it. Dude, these people, the portions are so big. Take it home with me. I'll take it.
And the thing about it is, the funny thing about all that is, as much as you eat, it don't show. You lose it quick.
Bruh. Not only that, and I posted in the group, I have not once gotten the itis after, getting full off the meal.
Yeah.
Never.
This is another thing. That just shows that, like I said, because I've yet to get an itis. When I was down there, I wasn't getting itis either. That was the thing that kind of shocked me. Actually, usually I'd be ready to fall asleep by eating all this food. You know,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and but Dwayne, like I said, I really appreciate your time on the show here, man. You know, and I'm just glad we wanted to get all that cleared up. Charles Tyler is not anti-favela, okay, but pro states favela, especially in the South Zone where you are, okay. You know, and like I said, man, I hope you. I'm going to be seeing you hopefully in October or no later than early November. That's when I'm going to be back down there. We're going to be busted up because I'm going to be down there for the rest of the year. The show is going to be also being taken down there. Also, Dwayne, you're going to be on our radio show this week, Rever?
If you want me, I'm there, bro. You know, anything for the group, just let me know what I need to do.
Okay, I will give a breakdown. Y'all heard it first. Dwayne Banks will be on our radio show, Blog Talk Radio, The Black Man's Option, on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Blog Talk Radio, The Black Man's Option. You can find that link on our Facebook group, and also in our description box below. All right, Dwayne, once again, man, I really appreciate your time, brother. You know, he's still with me. Obrigado and ciao. All right, this is Charles Tyler signing off from The Black Man's Option. Check y'all brothers later. Peace out.